Welcome back, my friends. Today I'm making up a white Texas sheet cake that we love. I make this up pretty often. It's definitely not anything that's low fat, but it's a sheet cake. They're made to share if you want. But let's go ahead and get started. It's really a good cake. In my pan here, I have 1 cup of water and 2 sticks, which is 1 cup of butter, real butter. And I'm gonna let the butter get nice and melted and heated through. The water will come to a light boil. Then we will remove it and add it to our dry. Now you're going to get your oven preheated, my friends, to 350, 375. Depends on how hot your oven cooks. But mine cooks in between there. So 350, 375. And get you a 15 by 10 inch pan, which is like the good old jelly roll pans. And get that lightly oiled or sprayed. But in here, I have 2 cups of flour. Just going to get all this mixed in here. I have my 2 cups of flour, and that's all-purpose flour. And I'm going to add in, let me get this out of the way, the 2 cups of sugar. I have here 2 cups of white sugar. Just getting it all, and don't let your butter and your water over there on the stove boil away, because that's your moisture. You don't want to evaporate all your water. Just till your butter's melted and it gently boils. Okay, mine's almost there, but it's going to be really hot. All right, and to that we added our sugar. I have a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Get that in there. And just mix it up. Just give it a mix. And 3/4 teaspoons of salt. I do use salted butter. If you're using unsalted, go with a teaspoon of salt. Alright. Got that mixed. Okay, let's see where we're at here. It's gently boiling over here. It's just about melted, that butter. But this is a really good cake. It's been around for a while. There's several of them floating around out there. There's just so many of them, so many, you know, a lot of them are made the same way. Some of them are different, but they're all good. All right. I'm going to turn my oven off, or my stove top. Now I'm going to get, here's my hot butter and my water. Alright, I'm going to go ahead, and that's 1 cup of water. We're going to dump this right in there with that. I'll just stir it up a little bit. Let that flour cool it down just a bit. And now to this, I have 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Okay. Get this out of the way. Alright. Next, I'm going to be adding in my 2 beaten eggs. It comes together quick. And 1/2 cup of full-fat sour cream. And we are just going to mix this up. It's a fairly thin batter. just until it's all combined in. Doesn't take long. Just make sure you scrape on the bottom, get everything mixed. This is a really good cake. Really good cake. Now you can make this cake in a 13 by 9 if you want a thicker cake, but I wouldn't suggest like a cookie sheet because that's a little too small. Alright. Everything's mixed up. Because your frosting, I've tried it that way, it'll kind of overflow on you. So it's a little bit too much. Alright. Let's get... Here's my jelly roll sheet. We're going to get this poured on there. Get it all out of there. Alright, let me get this over here. My rag. Now, this is going to bake anywhere between 18 to 22, 23 minutes. Like I've said before, and I'll repeat it every time I'm baking, ovens are different. Our ovens are all different. So if you're to test it with a toothpick in the middle, if that toothpick comes out clean, no dough on it, your cake's done. Just keep an eye on your cake. Don't overbake it. You don't want a dry cake and think, oh man, this cake ain't worth a darn. Well, sometimes we forget and we just overbake it, guys. But I want to get this smooth as I can. Or level, shall I say. Alright. In the oven it goes, and I'll be back and we'll start the icing. Okay, my friends, right before your cake, about maybe 3 to 4 minutes before your cake's done, or you can pull your cake out. Long as we move quick here because we want that cake hot. Okay, you're gonna bring to a boil, what this is fixing to do, 1 stick of butter. That's a 1/2 cup. You're going to do 1/4 cup of unsweetened cocoa. You're going to do 6 tablespoons of whole fat milk. And you're going to have, we've got a box over here of, but in here, that's what I have, is the butter, the cocoa, and the milk. And we're just bringing it to a boil, which it started to do a while ago, but I turned it down. So I'm going to get this over here. And we're going to add a 16-ounce box of powdered sifted sugar to it. Alright. There's my sifted. That's a 16-ounce box. Even when the powdered sugar says 10 times sifted, I still sift it. Because I want a very smooth icing. So normally I'll pour this, I'll make it in a big pan, but that way I don't lose any of this chocolate. I'll just put the icing, the powdered sugar right in here, but the rim of this is not too big, so I'm going to have to sacrifice some of my chocolate. It's going to stay behind in the pan, so just going to dump that right into your powdered sugar. Now, give or take, some powdered sugars are drier, some are measured differently. So if you overpack your cups, if you're using the one in the bag, I think it's like what, a 16 ounce, I think it's like 3.5 cups of, I think it's 3.5 cups of powdered sugar, the 16-ounce boxes. And I'm going to put a teaspoon of vanilla right in here. But point being is, if this is too thick, just add a little bit more milk, tablespoon, teaspoon at a time. vice versa. If you need more powdered sugar, just add a little. Long as it's a thick pouring consistency is what we're looking for. And if you can, please do sift your powdered sugar. It just makes a world of difference. Okay? In this cake, you do want it to set up. You want your icing to get really nice and firm on that cake. Now here, I may put 1 more tablespoon of powdered sugar. Just 1 second. All right. That's exactly what I did. 1 more tablespoon. Nice and smooth. See there? That's what you want. Not real thin. Just like a nice pouring consistency there. I added just 1 more tablespoon. Now, this is a white sheet cake, so it's not going to brown. You don't want to brown this a whole lot. Don't look to brown it, because if you brown it, you're going to overcook it. It's browned, you can see. It's a light brown, but don't, I hate my countertops. I don't have any room here. I'm trying to get that whole cake in there. But you're going to get the icing poured over this. Let me set this up and try to get this right. I'm sorry, guys. All right. Cake's hot. My cake cooked for 21 minutes. Not sure if I brought that up, guys. 21 minutes. Now we're going to get this nice chocolate icing over this. And this icing will become nice and firm. But patience, y'all. You'll be rewarded. Have this with a nice cold glass of milk. Nice treat. Something for the kids, your neighbor. It's a big cake. Plenty to share. And it's thin. It's not real thick. So we don't feel as guilty. Okay. Let's get this. Just get this spread out. This is what I'm going to do. And probably I would say maybe, I really don't know because I don't know how hot anybody's house is. But just until this cake sets up and cools down, I would say 1.5 hours, 2 hours tops. And we'll be back with the finished cake, guys. Now I wanted to bring up right when the frosting is still warm, for those of you that would like some walnuts or pecans on it, this is your time to sprinkle some on there. Okay? Okay, there it is. I'm fixing to have a slice with a cold glass of milk. As I said earlier, that's the best. But as always, wanted to share it with y'all. Hope y'all give it a try. It really is a good sheet cake. A Texas sheet cake. And mine set a few hours. Let that icing set up on it here. Look at here, guys. Let me bring it up closer so you can get a good look at it. It's nice and moist. That icing is almost like fudge. Wow. That is so good. But I'm going to sit here and eat my slice of cake. I hope I can stop at 1 slice. But you can see the moistness in that cake. So good. But you guys enjoy it. Give it a try. I'm sure you'll love it. You like chocolate icing and white cake, you'll love it. Till next time, you guys stay safe out there, and we'll see y'all later. God bless. And please like and subscribe.